Hello, SimTheWorld here, back with some more Car Mechanic Simulator 2018. You'll notice that we are not in our usual garage. We're at max level, the garage is fully expanded. I believe all our perks are unlocked. And that's because we're starting a new mini-series today. We're going to be doing full restorations on modded and DLC vehicles. If you have a favorite car, or just a suggestion, be sure to let me know in the comments down below. So we're going to jump over to the Junkyard and pick ourselves up a car to start this series off with. Alright, so we're here in the Junkyard. We can take a look around. We have, ooh, what is this? Take a look. We want to look to buy. This is the Porsche 911, one of the DLC cars. A little high priced. Cool car, but not quite what we're looking for. We have one of the generic cars here, the Del Rey Custom. We might end up doing that probably in our main series, but what we're looking at today is we've got the 1953 Cadillac Fleetwood Custom. We actually have two sitting here, which is kind of fun. See which one's cheaper, which one's a better deal to repair. So this has a supercharger in it. I think this has a supercharger too. We can switch out the engine. We can take a look at that once we get this back in the shop. But I believe we're going to take, since we're doing a full restoration, we're going to go ahead and take the worst one because everything's getting replaced anyhow. And with that, I'll meet you guys back at the shop. Alright, we are back. We can see this is hanging on by a thread. You look at this headlight, it's not even attached to anything. But this thing has seen far better days. Let's go ahead and get it up on the car lifter. And let's actually move this car to our parking lot. We don't need this sitting here anymore. There we go. You'll notice, if you've been watching any of our other videos, you may have seen that car in one of our reviews. Let's go ahead and lift this up. And the first thing I like to do with these vehicles when we're doing the full repairs is we're going to literally take everything off the car. We're going to strip this down bare. So all the body parts have to go. We're going to take all the suspension. We're going to take the interior out. We're going to get everything out of this vehicle. Ooh, this is the front end. That comes out. Okay, modded cars have a little weird parts. Obviously that carpeting was just is labeled the front end, but in fact, just how they classify it. Let me go ahead and we're gonna do a cut here and we'll come back with this thing completely stripped. Alright, so we are just pulling out the engine. And that should be everything out of this vehicle. Actually, we had that engine cover. Alright, now I think this is completely pulled out. Let's go ahead and first thing we can do is grab the cleaning supplies. Oh, and we want to put the old battery in there too. That will recharge. Grab our welder. I feel like these two things make such a huge difference. Oh. There we are. Car is clean, and the exterior is redone. We can go ahead and get rid of these parts, or these carts, I should say. And with that, I think we should take a look at what engine we're putting in this. It came with the supercharger. Yeah, the dual overhead cam supercharger, but we may want to switch that up. So let's take a look at our engine options. Yeah, we're not putting one on yet. So actually, I wanted to So we have basically any of the OHV engines, the Hemi, the Mag, 385, or we can go with the V8 2 carb. Let's see what those look like. So there's a lot. They've added so many engine options. It's fun. So we can take a look. This is what should be in the car. This is what we got it with. It's got almost 600 horsepower. It's one of the more powerful engines in the game, so putting that back in would be ideal. This is the standard OHV. Let's keep scrolling down and take a look. So here we've got the Hemi. These are your orange bodied. You've got the Mag, the 6P. Let's see. Let's keep going down. These are the Windsor. I think the Windsor was an option. I know the 385 was. 385 would look kind of cool in that. Yeah, I think that's mainly what we're going to be able to stick in there. So the Windsor's cool, but sometimes I just can't. Yeah, let me confirm. I kind of want to do the. Let's do the Hemi. Let's go classic. So now we're able to build this, and when this is completely done, we'll be able to drop it in the car. I'm going to do a cut here while we get some parts. We'll get the body parts ordered, the interior, and we'll come back and take a look at that. Alright, so I have some body parts. Let's go ahead and I want to start with the interior. Make sure everything fits in here. I do wish we had some white seats. Like, they only offer the black, tan, and brown. That would be something in future games would be cool to see. A little more variety with the different options we have for interior parts. Like, we can do the paint shop, so I don't know why we can't customize the color of our interior parts as well. Go ahead, and we're working our way around. I think. Oh, no. Alright, we're good. Sometimes with these custom cars, it's a little difficult to tell what is needed and what's not. And let's add our license plate. You can tell where SimTheWorld is based. There's a little hint. Go ahead and continue putting our windows in. We switched it up a bit. We had some different flares for the fenders. We changed that. We also are changing the front bumper from what it was before. I really like. There are a lot of different options with these modded vehicles where they give us options to not only just have one standard model, but we can choose from a lot. Alrighty, this is what we're looking at for our model today. It'll be much nicer when we get some paint on this. Okay, so that's part of the bumper. That's pretty cool. That is really, really intricate. I'm really digging this car. So the next step we're going to do is I want to get all the suspension parts installed. That way we can get some tires on this and move this over and get it painted. I want to see it with a fresh coat of paint. Let's do that. Alright, welcome back. So one of the things we ended up switching, we finished up putting in the suspension and the tires. Must say it looks really good now. I'm noticing with this vehicle, I don't know if it's because there's so many modded parts on here, the performance isn't that great for the game. I've been dropping a few frames, just trying to play and not even recording it, so I'm trying to wrap this up a little bit quickly, putting a little more stress on this. Perhaps I need one of those new 3080s. That will help. But with that said, I did end up switching over the engine instead of doing the Hemi. I thought what would look really cool in here is the V8 2-carb OHV engine. I'm going to go ahead and take this off the engine stand. We're going to put this in and see what it looks like. And just for reference, I put in all tuning parts anywhere it was possible. That's why you have these red wires, the red air filter. These are the tuning performance parts. Alright, so the fan actually pushes into the radiator. That's probably not a great look for the mod. But I also noticed with this vehicle, you get a lot of these parts overlapping and pushing through. That's pretty common with the modded vehicles, since they're trying to customize to fit the car itself and less so about the actual look of the parts in the vehicle. But with that said, we're going to... This gearbox is alright. I want to install the performance gearbox. Might as well keep everything tuning, just to increase the value of the car and get a little more performance. Because after we get this painted, we're going to check out what the new horsepower is on it, and then we'll take it to the track. Give it a try. There we go. Actually gives it, wow, let's jump right in and get a look. Now that's cool, getting the dash, getting the side of the door. That's what I really like about these modded vehicles. They go into the detail. A little more so than we get with the stock cars in the game. Hopefully in future versions, we'll start to see a little bit more as far as customization with the interior. Even with the painting, it'd be nice to see a little more customization where you can do different lines, do different shading. Let's see, do we have anything? No, we don't have any prints that we can do. So as far as, I'm always impartial to the pearl. I think that looks really good. Of course, this is a classic car. I'd love to get a nice red coat of paint on it. There we go. I want to darken that just a little bit. There we go. I think that's it. Really digging, there it is, with the lighting. You get a little change in the color, the hue. Let's go over and put this in the dyno shop. We want to see what it does with this engine, how it performs, and then we'll go ahead and take it to the track. Oh, that car sounds great. It's only got a measured horsepower of 200, but I think that's more than enough for this car. It's almost double what the stock engine is without the tuning parts, so we did pretty good. Let's go ahead and we'll put this in the garage entrance. Then we'll pop on over to the racetrack, see how it performs. Again, this is only a 200 horsepower engine, so I'm not expecting a lot. But how can you not get behind the wheel of this thing? Hear that revving? That's picking up speed. Looking good. Steering wheel is absolutely in our line of view. Feel like an old grandmother sitting behind the wheel. Need a few phone books to get up there. Hopefully nobody crosses the road, because we are not going to see them. No one should be on the track. It gets up in books. The engine certainly, the tuning parts made a huge difference. Ooh. Those are our good tires. Let's not ruin them. But there you have it. We finished our 1953 Cadillac Fleetwood Custom. We bought it for what, like 10, 12,000? And between the new value of 65,000 and we get a restoration bonus of almost 13,000, we can certainly make a profit off of this car. With that, I want to thank you for watching as I simulate my life one game at a time. If you like this video, please be sure to hit subscribe so you don't miss any of the future action. You can follow on Twitter for updates to future games being played, as well as follow on Twitch as I try to stream 3 days a week. Thanks, and I'll see you next time at SimTheWorld.